I'm a bit surprised that there hasn't been universal positivity from Celtics fans on this Porzingis trade, because as you'll see throughout this video, this was a slam dunk for Boston and was something they absolutely needed to do, because the deal was Kristaps Porzingis, the 25th overall pick, and next year's first from Golden State for Marcus Smart, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and the 35th overall pick in this year's draft. So what does that all mean? It means the Celtics improved at their number 3 option because, as you'll see, Porzingis is a clear upgrade over Marcus Smart. They also got back draft assets in addition to that, and all they really had to give up was 2 bench players. Before we get into the meat of this video, be sure you like and subscribe, as both would make major differences. With that said though, let's get started. As you can see, a lot of the comparison goes to Porzingis. Particularly, he is a much better scorer, and he also scores more efficiently than Marcus Smart. So that alone is enough for me to say that Porzingis is the better player, but he also gives you a ton of rebounding, which is nice because the Celtics didn't struggle with defensive rebounding, but you can never have too much rebounding, so that's a plus. And also, he's a better defensive player than Marcus Smart, which may sound sacrilegious because Marcus Smart just won Defensive Player of the Year, but Porzingis is doing it in basically every way you can do it. He has the advanced metric, which Defensive Raptor is, in my opinion, the best way of measuring a player's defense. He also has it in the simple ways as well, as he has similar amounts of steals and way more blocks than Smart has, which is unsurprising as Porzingis is a ginormous human and Smart is a point guard size. So it's not too surprising that he's leading in blocks, but he also can switch pretty much 1 through 5. If you have a shifty one, he's not going to be the best, but that's why the Celtics have Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon to an extent. They can handle the ones. Porzingis is going to give them a ton of versatility on defense, and he's also going to be a much improved scorer from what Smart is. So this is a pretty big upgrade. Worried about Marcus Smart's assists being lost? That's not a ridiculous thing to be nervous about, but Derek White is a bona fide playmaker as well, as per 36, he averaged 5 assists per game, and per 36, Marcus Smart averaged 7. So there is some drop-off, but between White and Brogdon, again, I think they're going to be just fine. The nice thing about this move is it leads to the Celtics not having to rely on a 37-year-old Al Horford, because as you can see, he was a bit of an issue for them in the playoffs, because though his defense was fantastic, Porzingis is going to offer a similar level of elite defense as well. And in addition to that, Porzingis is going to more than likely make his shots at a much higher clip than Horford was. And Porzingis is going to alleviate some of the stress then that's placed on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, as it's not just going to have to be those two that can score. Porzingis can get his as a catch-and-shoot shooter, which is nice because that doesn't really interrupt the flow of the offense. But there can also be times where he can get his own as a post-up player as well, which makes it that Tatum and Brown can both take rest. That's something that Horford could not deliver, as he was basically a 0 on offense. I think this was a great move for the Celtics, as if you thought their defense was good last year, and it was, it's going to be even better this upcoming season, because they're still going to be really great at stopping the on-ball penetration, and if anybody gets through, then you have Porzingis sending the ball back, or you have Robert Williams, or even Horford, really. So there's going to be no easy way to get a bucket on these Celtics, and they're going to be massively improved on offense. Those are my thoughts on the move, though. Be sure to let me know what yours are. And also be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, as I'm going to be pushing out a ton of NBA and NFL content.